Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome to the Nerd Empire. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today, and I hope you all will enjoy today's reaction video. With that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, what we have here is another asmongold video, and this one is called The Illegals Are Actually Running. So, let us see what this video is about and what Asmon has to say. Here we go.
ICE is now going into airports. Take a look at this. Oh boy. ICE has completely cleared out the Florida airport where they were stationed. TSA lines are non-existent. Now, some of these could be inaccurate, but this is what a lot of people have been talking about. Yeah, finally.
And the wait line looks like this. In the couple of hours that I've been here, I've seen ICE officers patrolling, and the line has looked the same since I got here. Completely empty. So if you see wait times go down while you're traveling, you may just want to thank an ICE officer. Earlier this morning...
Oh my god. Thank you for the hydrate, Nordic. That is quite amazing that what ICE has done there.
Travelers may have experienced a little bit of a wait time, but since I've been here, the lines seem to be moving fairly smooth.
There it is. It's almost like if you go after these people, then they run away. And illegals scattered. And again, I think that people don't realize this is what ICE is being at the airport does, like doing nothing. Yep, that's right. And they're sitting around doing absolutely nothing. And you know what they're actually doing? They're like a scarecrow for the illegals. It's like they see them and they run.
Yeah, it's not like they're exactly doing nothing. They're basically doing their job. Yeah, like you said, they're basically scarecrows. If they're there, the illegals won't come. They'll stay away because they're too scared to come. And if they do, they'll get caught and they'll get deported. They don't want that to happen, so they tend to stay away from all the airports that they see the ICE agents at.
Away. And Embark on the line says she sports ICE.
Bother anybody? I'm okay. I was concerned about people. So
yeah,
they're
it's
not
like a
bothering
scarecrow.
us. Let's get it done.
I like that they're here. I think that it's allowing us to...
And see, the thing is, it's like all these people are painting ICE in a very bad light, saying that they're horrible people. It's their dictatorship, and they try and oppress everybody. It's like, no, it's like this is their job. And you can see a lot of people actually like the ICE agents because they're doing their job. They're keeping all the shit like this. I mean, don't get me wrong, like any other law enforcement thing, there are corrupt people in it. Don't get me wrong. But that's like maybe anywhere between 1% and 5%. Like 95 to 99% of the people in those law enforcement agencies are just there trying to do their job and make a better place.
Move and get to where we need to go.
It's kind of scary in a sense because you don't know what to expect with ICE.
As long as they can help us move a little bit faster, maybe they can take some of the work off the TSA agents as far as general security. I'm all for it.
Yeah, so most people are probably happy. On the way to Houston to cover long TSA lines, and this is what it looks like at Dallas, Fort Worth. Man.
Look at that. I mean, you can still see a bit of a line, but it's not like completely filled with like illegals or immigration.
I think that people don't realize how bad the illegal problem is. I don't think they realize how bad like having like 20 million or 10 million extra people in the country actually is. And now you're seeing it and it's being observed and it becomes much more fucking obvious.
I mean, I don't think we would have such a problem with illegals if we were like a few hundred coming in, but it's not just that. We have like tens, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of illegals coming in, and it's causing a major problem with our fucking society and everything else. So yeah, it wouldn't be such a problem if it was just hundreds, but it's like hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
right? It's like entering a high-level zone. Yeah, I guess so. And hospitals next, please. That's the next thing they need to do. So the next thing that they need to do is they need to send ICE to the emergency rooms, because that way you can spawn camp them. Like that's where they're all at, because everybody gets sick. So you just wait for them to go to the emergency room, and then you arrest them. And so they get seen. Okay, you're discharged. Where are you going? You're gonna go home? No, you're not. You're gonna go home. And
yeah, see, that's I'm fine with them going to hospitals and doing that. You know, make sure they're taken care of in the hospital first, so you know they're alive and you know not in any danger. But you know, once they're seen, once they're taken care of, tell them that I'm sorry, you're not going back to home. You're going back to your actual home. You need to leave. We're not going to keep you here and let you keep taking advantage of our system because of retards that are running our system.
Now you're getting on an airplane. And spawn camp, yeah, no, really, that's what they should do. That's absolutely what should happen. They should put them in the fucking, in the emergency rooms. Yes. You're going home. Yes, exactly. And so, you know, what is this here? If I can pull somebody up, I'll pull, you know what? This is going to be the last person I'm going to pull up for this topic, because I feel like I pulled them to me. What am I ignorant about with this? Go ahead. Explain it. Explain how this isn't an obvious problem. Yeah, I want to know. And by the way, any vague comment, you're instantly permit. Anything vague is an instant permit. You're not calling me Jesus, are you? You're not. I would assume not, but maybe he is. I mean, you know, I am a nice guy. They don't have money for that's the airport. I don't care. Ban me. They don't have money. Of course they have money. And that's at the airport? Yeah, of course they have money. Like, what do you think the illegals don't?
The amount of Karens that would come out of the woodwork from that would be astronomical. Yeah, it would be.
Don't have any money? Like, obviously they do. Like, they use fake IDs. They use fake fucking documentation. Like, they get money other ways, too. Like, and also, by the way, the hospitals is a huge one, okay? Like, if you go to a hospital, like any hospital here in Texas that I've been to before, if you go to the emergency room, and I've been to the emergency rooms in hospitals many, many times with both of my parents, I've probably been to an emergency room a total amount of times, like 20 times. Like, if you, like, that's a lot. I mean, I think for, like, an average person, like, that's a lot to be at a fucking emergency room. And so, every single time, actually not every single, like, 18 out of the 20 times that I was there, you had a group, a family of people, none of them fucking spoke English. There was, like, 5 of them, and they were sitting there. And I guarantee you, if you had ICE sitting there, and then, like, every single time in the last, like, 5 years that I had been to an emergency room, they always told me, they said, it's never been more busy than this. It's never been more busy than this. Oh, it's so busy today. It's getting so busy now. And the reason why is you have a bunch of fucking illegals coming in there. They can't afford health care, and so they go to the emergency room. And did you guys know?
Yeah, they go to these places because legally, as far as I'm aware, they cannot legally turn you away. They can't not treat you. I could be wrong on that. I don't know, but they go to the emergency room because they will get treated, whether they have insurance or not. 20 is rookie numbers. Well, this looks to be the effective method. It's gonna be a matter of time before ICE will be in the ER. Yeah.
Oh, they have a little fucking translator machine that they have to talk to communicate with these fucks. So, like, this person doesn't know English. They only speak Spanish. So they're in the emergency room, and they're talking to this fucking robot TV. And this is, like, think about how long that takes to process somebody. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Think about how much time we have that's being wasted on a systematic problem that just multiplies the amount of time and effort that it takes to give people critical care. It's outrageous. So yeah, it's not the only reason. It's a big reason. Of course, it's not the only reason, but it's a huge reason. So yes, I don't get it at all. It costs so much money too. Yes, it's crazy, isn't it? This is hardly in America. It is. It's in Texas, I'll tell you that. We hire people that speak multiple languages. It's hard as fuck and takes time out of our day. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, you know, I don't mind that people from other countries speak their native language. But if you come here to America, was AFK, thanks for the reaction. Glad you liked it. Felt the story got away from me a bit. No, it was really good, Depths. It was really good. But yeah, I don't mind if immigrants, you know, keep their language. But if you're going to immigrate here to America, you need to understand the main language you should be speaking outside of your own home to the public is English. That should be the main language you speak outside of your own home. If you cannot learn to speak the English language as the language you speak the majority of the time outside of your own home, I don't think you should be moving here. Because we should not be conforming or kowtowing or whatever you want to call it to your language, to your culture, to your religion, whatever the fuck it may be. You move here to America. The main language you should be speaking outside of your own house is English. You should learn to also conform to our culture as well. If you can't do either of those things, you should not be moving here to America. They can't turn you away, but they can offer them the minimum level of care. Sadly, when the ERs get flooded this way, the level of care ends up happening to everyone that is there, not just those without help. Yeah. My wife used to work in ER 3 to 5 hour wait times. Had to have a translation service on standby. Yeah, that's just horrible. Any hospitals or any major places should not have to have translators on standby, because the people who come here should have already taken time to learn the language. I know some people have a hard time getting rid of their accents. I'm fine with that. But as long as you speak English well enough for the common person, the common everyday citizen can understand you, then that's what you should be doing. If you can't do that, I'm sorry, you shouldn't be moving here until you are able to do that. And until you are able to also conform to the culture of America. It's especially anxiety inducing when you need your infant being seen. Yeah. We can't kowtow to these people at the detriment to the majority of the population. We can't conform to the minority at the detriment of the majority. We just cannot do that. If you don't at least try to learn the language, it generally signals you're not willing to integrate. Exactly. I ended up dropping my older son because I needed to shift his position, and it took so long. Damn. I witnessed needing a translator firsthand last week. Mother needed to go to ER, and while there, the staff was running around asking if anyone could speak Spanish to help a family who had a sick child. Ugh, that's just horrible. That's really... We should have a rule that if you want to move here to America, you need to prove that you are willing to integrate here to America. You need to prove that you can fluently speak English to the point where the common citizen is able to understand you. You need to prove that you understand the laws and rules of this country, and you need to prove that you are willing to conform to the American culture. If you cannot prove all three and understand all three, then I'm sorry, you can't live here. That should be a hard rule that we should not bend on. Thankfully, he was fine, but I was terrified that I ended up hurting him badly. It is also a breach of their oath when they refuse to integrate. Yeah. Happy, I was dropped as well, but it was kind of my mom's fault. She put me on top of the counter, and I ended up rocking myself off the counter, and I landed on my head. So it was partially my fault, but it was also partially my mom's fault.
And don't want to learn a language but wants our benefits. Yeah, why not a phone? Well, probably because they haven't updated it to that, to that frequency, right? Same thing happens in California. You're completely right.
Hang on a second here. There we go. Poor thing, no wonder you're derpy. Yeah, it's kind of my fault that I'm a derp. But it makes me a person that's fun to be around. I feel like I may have been dropped several times, but might have been on purpose. I was dropped twice on the concrete. Happens. Yeah.
Right about this? Yes. And so this is the main issue. This is happening in America. It is. It's happening in America, and it's a huge problem. And if you don't believe me, you can go to the local emergency room, and you can just look at them. Like, you just look at them. These people look like illegal aliens, right? I mean, like, and on top of that, they don't speak English. Like, I'm sorry, but whenever I see a family of 6 people, and none of them are speaking English, I assume that they're illegal. I do. And maybe not every single one, but at least some of them are. And it's obvious. I mean, everybody knows this, right? But you're not supposed to say it. Oh, you can't say this. It's obvious that's what's happening. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look at it.
Finally, we can take a deep breath here. The numbers have dropped off. The lines are getting shorter. I think the average wait time now is under 40 minutes. So if you have a flight to catch today, it's a good time to come to Hartsfield-Jackson International. Finally,
I wonder why. Maybe it's because the ICE agents are there. And I'm very happy to see this.
Be better.
Got those thighs in the back there. Fugly phalians. Asmon's take there is fairly normal in Texas.
You're a single report.
Well, yeah, he is a Texan, so I saw 15 people climb into a van at Olive Garden when I was pregnant with my daughter. And yes, they were all Mexican. That doesn't surprise me.
Report today of something going awry with ICE agents.
Well, thank God, for 24 hours something bad didn't happen.
Maybe there is. There was an ICE agent refusing to identify himself, arresting a woman in an airport, freaking people out. They weren't even sure it was in San Francisco airport.
Well, what kind of
San Francisco? That makes sense.
interaction was it, actually? Do you know the situation?
It was an arrest. I don't know.
It was an arrest? I don't know.
Normally, ICE agents won't really have to identify themselves because they're wearing a uniform that basically shows to everyone around them, hey, I'm an ICE agent. It usually says ICE agent on their uniform. If you can't see that they're an ICE agent, then I'm sorry, you're kind of fucking blind. Because ICE agents, as far as I'm aware, don't normally go undercover. They're shown that they are an ICE agent.
Right. Of course you don't know.
Who did they arrest? Now you're bringing it up. Who did they arrest?
No, I'm saying
the internet. We'll need the internet.
Just making shit up. Yeah, exactly. I read on the internet this happened. Well, what happened? I don't know.
2 senior administrators.
Meanwhile, this woman was arrested by ICE Sunday at San Francisco's airport.
For what?
DHS says she's from Guatemala, had a deportation order signed by a judge, and tried to flee as officers were deporting her. DHS saying the incident was unrelated to efforts to help TSA.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Well, how about that? That's why they've got him there. Obviously, it seems like it's a great idea. And I worked at a parts store. There'll be 3 adult males and like a 10 to 12-year-old, and the kid was the only one who spoke English, and he'd translate to the older ones. Yep, that's it. I think that people have no idea how bad this actually is. It is insanely fucking bad. And let me go. I'll look at the other ones here, too, because it's just been crazy to look at this. Oh, here's another one. ICE agents were spotted actively assisting. Oh, here we go.
Hang on, it says, just in, ICE agents were just spotted actively assisting Americans through TSA at Houston Airport. Democrats wanted you to believe ICE was there to terrorize families. In reality, they're helping, and Americans appreciate it. Yeah, ICE agents aren't, they aren't created, they aren't sent to places to terrorize the masses. That's not their job. They're not there to terrorize. Their job is to find illegals and deport them. Well, at least that's part of their job. They're created so they can find the people that are illegal and deport them as part of their job. They have more responsibilities other than just deporting illegal aliens, but this is part of it. They're in no way, shape, or form were they created to terrorize people in mass or at all. One of my favorite clips was when Jim Jeffries went to airport and claiming it was chaos when there was barely anybody there. Maybe I remember in Missouri at Butterball, my mother backed up into a guy's car in the parking lot. She was going to give out her insurance and do the normal procedure when he said, "No, I'm good." Was adamant about not needing insurance to cover damage. He probably didn't have insurance to do anything. Probably would have. He was probably somebody who was on the run or something then.
Yeah, just sitting there. How are they flying? You have to have a real ID, right? So this is the problem that a lot of people don't understand. The first worlder mind, the Western first worlder mind, cannot even comprehend the level of behavior that these people engage in. They lie about their name. They lie about their birthday. They lie about when they were born, what year, how old they are. They steal people's identities. Like they steal everything, right?
ICE has been doing raids for a long time, even as far back as 2013. I remember hearing about an ICE raid in Mississippi that caught 603 illegal immigrants from one chicken plant. That is a lot. Yeah, and like their other job is to, help people who are trafficked, do drug busts, stuff like that. Those are part of their other jobs. It's just the one we know that is most well known that ICE does is get illegal aliens. And we have idiots who try and impede on that, and then the idiots who try and impede on their investigations do it to a point where ICE has to physically defend themselves and confront these people. And then because they're forced to do that, these people paint them in such a light saying that, hey, look at this, these people are terrorizing me. Okay, well, did you do something for them to fight back? Because these people are basically trained to fight back if it means they have to defend themselves or their or at worst case, defend their life. They're not trained to terrorize or do anything. They have a procedure in how they react. If you're going to fuck around with the ICE agents, you are going to fucking find out. If you don't want to find out, don't fuck around. It is comical in a way, too, when all their tantrums do nothing to actually stop the deportations at all. Yeah.
They're stealing all this stuff themselves. You can fire the passport or real ID. It's fraud. Yes, exactly. Fire the passport. And Trump chickened out. He's not deporting anybody. Well, I just literally saw something of somebody getting deported. So, I don't know.
I think a lot of these ICE agents who are at the airports are finding, that this part of their job is actually probably kind of nice because they don't have to worry too much about dealing with very many dangerous people. It's just they get to relax. They don't have to stress out. I mean, they still have to be on guard, don't get me wrong, because anything can happen at an airport. But I bet, this is kind of nice for them where it's kind of relaxing and they don't have to stress out as much. Because being an ICE agent has to be stressful as all fuck.
I mean, I think they need to deport more people too, but at the same time,
especially within the last year or two, it has to be stressful as hell.
I mean, it seems like they are deporting people. So yeah, they're obviously, damn. That's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad line. That's a really bad, holy shit.
I don't know how bad airports can get because I've never flown in an airplane before. So I have no idea how bad how bad lines and waiting can get in airports. It becomes so dangerous now because of stupid lunatics. Yeah.
Bad line. God damn.
Man, look at that line. I bet these lines don't get as bad as, like Comic-Cons or anime conventions or, stuff like that. But I think these can get pretty bad.
In your opinion, is it the largest category of fraud in the United States? I think that probably, by numbers, I think that, social services fraud is probably the biggest because social services is so much money. But I think that also, like, you have a huge amount of money. Hell no. Well, no, like, I mean, for example, like, social services are such a huge amount of the, like, of the budget that, like, if you assume that 10% of it is fraud, then, I mean, comparatively, like, let's say military, you could say the military instead, like 30 or 40% of all the money would have to be fraud, which is probably too high even for that. So I would say it probably is the largest amount. Yeah, overall. I bet his illegals make up something like 15%. Well, it's not just illegals. It's also just bad actors in general. Like, you have migrants, you have immigrants.
Oh, hang on. Oh, that's rare. You see a female ICE agent.
Also just...
It's not very often you actually see female agents. But it's nice to see it sometimes.
Bad actors in general.
Welcome back,
like,
Nakota.
You have migrants, you have immigrants, and you also just have Americans that are taking advantage of systems. Like, you have all three of them.
God, look at that line.
Cares about what affects their kids and grandkids. Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Huge amount of fraud across the USA. The level of fraud is probably equal GDP to some rich countries. Yeah, we're probably pissing away, like, I would assume, I'm not even kidding, $1 trillion a year. I think we are spending $1 trillion a year collectively on fraud. If you add together tax fraud, identity theft fraud,
Female on ICE? That is a trans man.
fraud, social services fraud, military, you know, like wasted spending. If you put all of that together, I think we are spending $1 trillion.
I don't know. They would need to be exceptions to make me think women in ICE is a good idea. I say this because of the fact that the women could not subdue a man. Yeah, it is quite difficult for a woman to subdue a man, considering we do have a huge biological advantage over women. But, you know, it is nice to see that there are some females in it. It's, although I do hope that they are able to, you know, subdue some people.
Dollars a year, if not more. I think people have no idea how bad it really is.
It is amazing. Even scrawny men do have significant strength behind them.
It's crazy. Man.
Especially one my size. It usually takes 2 to 3 other men just to bring me to the ground while I play football. Damn. I would be screwed if an actual fight against a man. So any woman who can actually meet that standard of the men, I will respect. Yeah, there are a few. They're not a lot, but there are a few women who are quite fucking badass, who actually can kick a man's ass. It's funny to see, but those are the type of women you really have to respect because they know how to handle their shit.
It's a lot of people. We should deport the Americans exploiting the third world is too, taking advantage of systems. I mean, just seize their assets and put them in jail, right? I mean, like, then get the money back. Because, like, you're stealing from the government. I mean, like, that's our money. So, yeah. And you've got, obviously, ICE all over the airports now, which is, I think, kind of good. I'm glad to see this. But let me go. And this is apparently, I'm kind of surprised, but they're just flying airplanes around in Iran. They are. What do you think about the vets on disability? I would infinitely rather pay for a veteran's disability than pay for an illegal alien, because at least a veteran is a citizen and they serve the country. Like, so from my perspective, I do think that certain veterans probably do abuse disability, and they do probably take advantage of it, and that is a problem. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it probably does exist, but that's not going to be my priority one whenever you have people that aren't even supposed to be here that are doing the same thing.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Even if it's a veteran taking advantage of the system, I would rather have my tax dollars go towards them than have to worry about taking care of an illegal alien, whether it's, you know, paying for medical stuff to keep them here or whatever the fuck else. Because like you said, at least the veteran is a citizen and they have actually served the country. You know, they're being corrupt by taking advantage of the fucking system, don't get me wrong, but I would infinitely rather pay for that than a fucking illegal immigrant.
So that's really how I see it. I mean, I'm not even saying that it's a good thing. It's not a good thing. But at the same time, I think it could be a hell of a lot worse. So that's how I see it. Additionally, the money's fed back into the U.S. and overseas, so it makes a big difference. It's okay. Did you say the self-report of if ICE is at an airport, it's a step away from ICE being at the voting polls? No, I didn't see that, but I'm not surprised. Priya, I'd like to see some retroactive consequences for the companies that did this fraud knowingly. Oh, yeah, I agree with you about that. I think it's a huge problem. And this is, let me go back. Oh, here's another one. This is in Iraq. God damn.
Oh, that's an A10 Warthog. That's a sound you never want to fucking hear.
All right. Well, that's too bad, huh?
That is a sound that strikes fear into anybody on the battlefield, because once you hear that burr, you're done. You're fucking done.
Burn, yeah, I guess so. And ATL Airport before and after ICE. Obviously, this is probably somewhat selectively edited, but I think it's probably to a certain extent, you know, like, kind of expected. It's a lot of people. People everywhere.
So,
man,
but to be honest, this is decent, guys. This is.
And that's.
Plain gold Bert. That is the washing machine. Yep, that is the nothing gives me much joy as the Bert. The fraud really does need to stop. The whole hospice thing in California should have really opened people's eyes. 20% of all of the U.S.'s Medicare spending was allocated to just L.A. County in California. Jesus Christ. Warthog is go Bert.
That's at 5:30 in the morning too. Like that's when everybody's trying to fly out, so they can be there before you know, businesses start. Holy fuck, man! And you're gonna say what's this here? Next thing you're gonna say is private citizens need to be enforcing speeding laws. Private citizens do.
Fun fact: the gun in the Warthog is made by a washing machine. Yep. And the plane is actually made around the gun itself because the gun is so fucking huge.
Well, I don't know about that. And yeah, maybe. But let me go and
I think it was General Electric Company or something like that, GEC, that makes the washing machines in the Warthog. I can't remember. I think it's General Electric. Him and I'll soon be going back to work for GE. Damn.
Look at this. There are people asking to get there 4 to 5 hours early. That is insane, man. Holy shit. And so, yeah, it does look like that's what's happening. Oh, here
washing
we go.
machine go Bert.
Criminals at airports.
It's the plane that has a word for his attack.
Trump made a brilliant move this week, and he called me and says, let's send ICE to the airport. I thought it was a smart move. And we're filling the holes. The wait lines already dropped. Plus, we're doing a security function at the airports. We're going to arrest criminals going through this airport. We're going to look for human trafficking, sex trafficking, money, money smuggling. We're going to be at the airports working with our brothers and sisters of TSA.
Thank God.
Our brothers and sisters within DHS. President.
Yeah, the THS can the THS can only do so much. They can't catch everything. I mean, they're not really trained to look for any of the signs or anything. So them getting ICE agents that are actually trained in all this, I think is a really good idea, because it takes a lot of the weight and stress off of the TSA. Ain't much I can when my country is going down the shitter. I love how HLC has the A10 as a tweaker. The plane loses so much thrust when it fires its weapon. Well, yeah, there's a lot of pushback on the fucking gun.
Trump made a smart move.
That's why when they fire, they dive as they're firing, and then they just go, they lift back up.
We're going to keep the airplanes flying. We're going to get the American people to those lines quicker, and we're not going to give up President Trump's promise to American people.
It says Dems put petty politics above public safety. It's official. Tom Homan, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, sorry, confirms ICE will now look for criminals going through the airports on top of assisting TSA. LFG, we're going to arrest criminals going through the airport. We're going to look for human trafficking, sex trafficking, money smuggling, and so on and so forth.
Make this country safer every day, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
No, I think that's a good idea, obviously. And, oh, here's another one.
So basically, A, ICE deploys somewhere. B, TSA lines plummet. C, traffic vanishes. D, ERs clear out. E, construction sites are ghost towns. F, class sizes shrink. And we're still supposed to believe there are only 11 million illegal aliens in the country? Oh, man. Okay. Human. He's a human.
Well, there may be a celebration here at the airport before it's all said and done, especially for the folks who've been working nonstop, extra shifts. If you look right here, you can see this is the main checkpoint. Almost no lines, no.
I mean, considering the amount of people they've had wait in a line, it is. You could see just how many people had to wait in line by how many lanes and how long they've had to make the lanes. Just the amount of people is fucking staggering they had to do just to fill all these and just to make all these lanes. That is staggering.
Waiting, Sarah, and it's unbelievable at this point. This morning started briskly with a lot of people showing up here at the airport. Lines were long. People were waiting about an hour, but when that rush hour went away pretty quickly this morning, we ended up with this. And there seems to be more lines open than normal right now with the TSA workers here breezing people through. In fact, a lot of folks have been showing up shocked at how short the lines are. Take a listen to some of the folks we talked to this morning.
Wow.
I don't see how extra security could be bad, you know?
Yeah, of course. Why would extra security be bad? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they're going to help out and, you know, make things move a little faster, but whether they're doing that or not, we don't know. But
this is on CNN, too.
Extra security is always good to me.
I mean, you think it's not going to be that bad, but then you get here and, you know, you think, oh, man, it really is as bad as they say it is.
Yep.
So there's a bit of a mix here. So when people were showing up and going right into the TSA pre-check line, a lot of them weren't even checking the main checkpoint line. That line has been open and moving pretty quickly. Wow. Some folks just get so used to going to the line they go to, they didn't even check to see what that's like. We've also seen those ICE agents moving through today. A lot of folks are saying they're very pleasant. Look, they're not wearing masks.
Fantastic PR for ICE. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that, well, this is the way ICE usually is. Like, ICE isn't a bunch of, like, armed thugs going around beating people up. The reason why they're doing that in, like, Minnesota, for example, is because they have crowds of people throwing things at them, screaming at them, and trying to drive cars into them.
Yeah, see, here, like, in Minneapolis, which is, like, you know, 5-10 minutes from me, if people didn't try and, you know, blockade them, attack them, throw shit at them, you know, box them in or do any of that stuff, none of that riots or any of that fighting shit would have happened. If they left the ICE agents alone to let them do their job, none of that shit would have happened. None of that chaos, none of the rioting, nothing. And yet we have morons thinking that they're on a moral high ground, blocking them from doing their fucking job because they think they're right and they think the ICE agents are just there to terrorize people.
So, big surprise, whenever you start attacking somebody, screaming at them and trying to kill them, they're going to be aggressive and hostile to you. I know, big shocker, right? And so what's happened is that a lot of these people have the idea that, like, oh, ICE is going to be these horrible people. Why the fuck would they do that? Why would they want to complicate their day by initiating hostility onto somebody for no reason? It would be stupid for them to do that. So I'm all for ICE. Or where this could turn to Patriot 2.0. I mean,
but riots are fun. Yeah, great. So much fun. It's like going to an amusement park.
I do think that we need to have I think that you do need to have a massive enforcement crackdown on immigration. And I think that that will take a tremendous increase in the amount of enforcement that's out there. Shadow Spawn, thanks for the 20 gifted sub.
I acquired a new TV that way. I got new shoes. I got a new sink. Thank you for the alert, Kurt. They are when you watch police crack their skulls in real time. A lot of it is people reacting emotionally first. When the whole Alex Paredes situation happened, my sister and niece wanted to go out to protest at first until they cooled off and found out more info. Yeah, people, a lot of people tend to react emotionally first, especially mainly women. I'm sorry if this sounds bad, but women tend to be very emotional creatures, so they tend to react emotionally before cooling down to think. And some men do that too, but a lot of these people are reacting instinctually on emotion rather than just waiting and gathering all the information and just, getting the full story and then deciding whether or not to react. It's the truth, Griffin. Never apologize for telling the truth. Yeah, it's like people need to learn that you can't react on your emotions, because majority of the time doing that will get you nothing but trouble.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. And yeah, I mean, I would say in doxing their families, yes, exactly. People are more inclined to behave where in the airport too. Yeah, exactly. And there's accountability for it too. And that's another, you bring up a really good point, is that they can't act that way inside of an airport because they'll be put on a no-fly list or they could be put in jail. Like, generally, you have to act like a normal human being at an airport. So, big surprise, these people act normal. And I think it goes to what I was saying before, is that this chaos and everything is a choice. It's not mandatory.
Fun fact, once I sell Molotovs during a riot, sell them at $20 a pop. Made around $300 for a new bike. Not just emotional, but empathetic as well. And self-destructive empathy is on the rise. Yeah.
There's no reason we have to allow it. And the extent that we do allow it, it just gets everybody hurt and wastes everybody's money.
Yes, in fact, on this line right here, you can see two of them standing behind the TSA agents. I'm not sure we can get a complete focus on that, but just wanted to show you that they've been walking around the perimeter. Atlanta police have also been added.
That's why you said you shouldn't place unreasonable responsibility on large and small businesses. I think if a company... So I'm going to pull you up and ask you something. Do you think if a company knowingly hires illegal aliens, they should be held accountable? Like, a company knowingly is hiring them. Not that they hired them. I didn't say that. If they knowingly hired them and they ignored different checks to make sure that they aren't illegal, do you think that they should be held accountable for that? Very simple question. If they not take the reasonable steps? Okay. I mean, do you think that checking somebody's citizenship status and whether they're here legally is reasonable? Do you think that
if they knowingly hire they should be charged and penalized for breaking the law? ICE has always been in airports. Yeah, you capitalism, yes. If they knowingly hire, they should be charged and penalized for breaking the law. Yeah, it's like, if you're doing something illegal, knowing that it's illegal, I'm sorry, you should be held accountable for doing the illegal thing you have just done.
checking whether a person is here legally is reasonable for employing them? Because I want to make sure.
Yeah, I think it's very reasonable for a company to check to see if you are a legal citizen of the country you are residing in and trying to get employment in. If you do not pass that, if you are not, like, if you fail at being able to prove that you are a citizen of the country you're trying to get employment in, then I'm sorry, you shouldn't be getting employed in the country that you are residing in because you do not have citizenship. If you want to get a job in the country you are residing in, make sure you get citizenship in the country you are residing in. And therefore you can get a job. Now, if the company hires you knowing that you are not a citizen of the country, that you are illegally here, then I'm sorry, the company, it needs to be held responsible for their stupidity. That has been a thing even when I got my first job. You have to prove citizenship or not on almost all applications. The crash outs from Hassan have been peak content here lately, but unlike Hassan, Asmon focuses on a myriad of things. Yeah. Asmon put you on display for 10K people to see ya. Yeah, that's it's something. I don't know how he does this though. I wish I knew how he does this, because I don't know how.
Sure that we wrap this up. It's competitive advantage. No, it's okay. Because like you're saying reasonable, what does that really mean, reasonable? Because this could be like a framing that you're using to try to, you know, like keep your point going. Investigation of their ID and testimony is true. Being valid is not their job. Well, I mean, why not just make it to where they have to check to see if somebody is a valid citizen in order to hire them?
One of the few exemptions is student visas. Well, yes. Or work visas. But you have to make sure that if you're going to be here longer than your visa allows, you have to make sure either to get citizenship or you have to update your visa. Because if your visa runs out and you do not update it, I'm sorry, you're breaking the law. I wish they would take Hassan down. He should have been arrested alongside those other influencers when they went to that hotel in Cuba. Anyone else would have been arrested the moment they came back. Yeah, but they're not going to do anything about Hassan.
Like, why not just... Because, I mean, you think that... I mean, that's got to be... That's pretty important, right? I mean, whether somebody is a citizen or not, I feel like that's a huge one. So I don't know what to say. Disagree with that? You hurt the feelings? Yeah, my old job. Yeah, I mean, why would you not want that? I'm just confused. It can be faked. So then we shouldn't check. So should they not check ID for selling alcohol? Because you can have a fake ID. Like how?
Here is almost the same. If you want to work in a company, you need to show your ID plus proof that you don't have any criminal records, and it's mandatory. Yeah. Well, he is currently being investigated by the yeah. It's like you immediately should be not considered for employment if you do not have citizenship or you can't prove that you have citizenship, or if it doesn't, if it doesn't come up in a background check or anything. I mean, a lot of these companies that hire illegal immigrants just because they can pay them less should be getting in trouble because they knowingly hired illegals just so they can pay them less than a normal citizen. Hello, Lunar.
How does your mind work with this? I want to understand this. So like if you can have a fake ID, why check ID? That encompasses reasonable? Okay, well then it's reasonable.
Ah! Well, not as much as last. Well, not as much as last time. You son of a bitch! You threw a steak at me.
Well then, all right. Well then, there you go.
To this equation in terms of showing up extra patrols. But the story right now,
what do you say about that?
Honestly, is the fact that the lines have disappeared. We haven't seen this like in a week. So this is good news. If you have a flight to catch, you should know that you can probably maybe take...
How dare you, Kuda? You need more meat in your diet. You people are just abusing me. How dare you?
A deep breath. At one point, this line stretched all the way down the hallway. This one is gone as well. So I guess we'll just give a thumbs up and smile a little bit, Sarah, and take a break.
Thank God. I'm glad to see that. And, oh, here's another one, too. It's going to great PR for ICE. Yeah, I think so too. Man. Man, this is a smart thing for them to do. This is a good idea.
Oh, they're giving everybody water.
Yeah.
That's nice of them.
Man. You see Rupert Lover's for Britain has more membership than the Conservative Party around 6 weeks in? No, I didn't see that. I'm not surprised. Oh, nice. So I'm glad.
Contrary to the narrative in corporate media, many travelers at Houston IAH Airport appeared to be welcoming ICE's presence. Officers are handing out water and even holding spots in line so people can take bathroom breaks. Well, that's nice of them.
Glad to see this happening, right? Obvious.
Griffin, have you, since the video covering how an ICE agent saved a toddler in airport recently? No, I have not.
See, that's where things are going.
You people just love abusing me, don't you?
I think it's going to continue. Doesn't U.S. check criminal records before hiring? I mean, yeah, as far as I know, they have to do that, but I'm not entirely sure. And this is also, look at this. Here we go.
Salida.
Florida officer to migrant truck driver. What does this sign mean? Driver, no, no. What does this sign mean? What do you have to do? No. Right now, you're going to be placed out of service.
Salida derecha. Can you say it in English what that means? Salida.
I mean, guys, there's something really wrong.
Here's the other thing when it comes to employment. If you're going to look for employment here in America, that should be another requirement for you to speak English. You need to learn how to speak English, people, for anything here in America outside of your own fucking home. Thank you for the hydrate.
They don't understand what that sign means. There's something really, really wrong with that. Oh my God.
Thank you for the posture check. They shouldn't even be allowed to get a DL. How did they pass the written test?
Keep right. Exit to the right. Oh, okay.
What that means? What does it mean? How good is your English?
Not so good, right?
You know, when a person asks how is your English, you should be answering in English.
English. No, speak no English.
No.
What does that mean? Yes. What does it mean? No.
No.
What does it mean when you go down and you see the sign? What does that mean? What do you have to do?
No. This is insane. 40 years I drove around in Cuba. Well, what the fuck?
Okay, if you don't speak enough English, to be operating a commercial motor vehicle, okay?
Yeah.
You also don't have enough knowledge of the signs to even say it, okay?
Yeah, I drove 40 years in Cuba. Well, this ain't Cuba, buddy. This is Florida. This is America. You have to speak English and know the English signs. I'm thinking of learning German just to yell at people in German. Well, German is an aggressive language, so yeah, go right ahead, man.
So this, right now, you're going to be placed out of service, okay?
I mean, this is just, guys, this is crazy. Keep right. And he's just moving his arm in that direction. Holy shit, man. And you see ambulances set on fire in the UK? I think I did. Yeah, they were the Jewish ambulances or something like that. I did see this. And shocked.
Travelers nationwide shocked to realize that ICE agents are actually pretty friendly when nobody's trying to kill them with an SUV. No. Really? I would have never known.
To realize ICE are pretty friendly when nobody's trying to kill them with an SUV. Isn't that a fucking mystery, right? Wow, who could have possibly predicted that? And so, yes, I'm very glad to see this. Oh, here we go. There's another one. I will look at this too. I might as well. And they have their own ambulances. Yeah, there was like a weird thing where there's like a Jewish community like health thing. Like, I think it's stupid too, but you know, for some reason that's the way they do things over there.
The negotiation didn't have a path to citizenship. It was entirely on their terms.
Senator Chris Murphy, the people we care about most, the undocumented migrants. He actually said that.
Order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So you are right that that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country. We care about most failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
I don't see how anybody can watch that and take it seriously. I really don't. Oh my fucking God. Call them illegals? Yep, that's right. And I don't know what to say. It's
the undocumented Americans in this country. I'm sorry, but if you are not documented, if you are not legal and didn't go through the legal channels to be considered a citizen, you are not an American. Be mad at that all you want. You want to be considered a citizen of this great country? Then go through the legal, proper channels. Become, you know, get a green card, get documented so you're considered an American citizen. You are an illegal alien otherwise.
just fucking ridiculous. But yeah, ambulances don't always transport emergency patients. Yeah, I don't know. Why do they care about them the most? Because it's not about caring about anybody. It's just about a what do you call it? It's just about virtue signaling, as always. ICE is now going into airports.
Yeah, so it's just these people need to get a fucking grip. ICE is doing their job. They're doing a fantastic job. And yeah, they're making things better at the airports. They're making sure that they catch all the illegals, the traffickers, the drug dealers, you know, everything. They're not the evil people that the media makes them out to be. Because, you know, contrary to popular belief, if you're not attacking them or threatening their lives, they're actually pretty nice people. If you want them to be nice, don't fuck around. You're not going to find out if you don't fuck around. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 days a week here. I also post videos over on my other channel for gaming as well, so please make sure to give that a look-see, see if you enjoy that as well. I also stream anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week as well. Links to all my social medias will be on my YouTube page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.